In real life, student councils are boring. In anime, well, they're usually like anime parents, non-existent. But there's a decent amount of anime where the student council is like royalty, with ultimate control over the students and sometimes even over the teachers. I'm gonna go over a few of the craziest student councils and school power rankings, but if I missed your favorite one, let me know in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe. In Kaguya-sama Love is War, the school isn't for lowly peasants. It's for the richest of the rich, the elite of the elite, and in the words of the narrator, for students shouldering the future. Of course, the entire premise is broken since we all know rich people don't actually need to worry about grades, but let's just ignore that for now. Miyuki is a poor person. Through genius and hard work, he not only makes it into this prestigious school, but also gets elected as the student council president. Kaguya is the opposite. She's so ultra mega rich that she makes Kaiba look poor. She's the daughter of an international conglomerate, and in school, she's the vice president of the student council and serves under Miyuki. The anime literally starts with students making way for the two of them to walk like there's some kind of royalty, but the real power belongs to the student council president alone. He gets to wear a solid gold braided cord like he's a military general. He also gets a letter of recommendation to get into pretty much any university in the world. But out of my list, this is probably the tamest of student councils. The next student council isn't actually a student council at all, but you'll definitely see why it makes the list. In Special A, which is how old? The top 7 students by grades are so elite that they make the last student council look like chumps. Rich chumps, but anyway. In Special A, the top 7 students are part of a group called Special A, where they have special uniforms, they have their own special kitchen, they have access to special classrooms, though at this level they're optional, but best of all, they have the mother of all greenhouses, which might as well be called a green mansion, and they spend a lot of their time just chilling and having tea parties. Classroom of the Elite kinda has it right in the name, doesn't it? Like Special A, this one's not about student councils per se, but the power rankings in the school are fascinating. Everyone in the school is isolated from the real world and they have their own restaurants, shops, etc. They have a monthly allowance of points which they can spend like Japanese yen. There's only one catch. The monthly allowance is based on the performance of the class as a whole. Each class gets a monthly score based on hidden criteria, and the class rankings get updated. This leads to some really awesome class wars and power dynamics. This one has a second and third season announced, so if you haven't seen it, now's the time. Next up is Code Geass. Code Geass is set in an alternate timeline where Japan was conquered by Britannia with the coolest emperor ever. The school that Lelouch is in is for the Britannians, not for those pesky conquered Japanese, so it's a bit of an elite school to begin with, but the student council pretty much owns the place. The student council is run by an oddball who loves organizing weird school events, like a cross-dressers ball, the absolute silence party, whatever that is, swimsuit day, but weirdest of all, making the world's largest pizza, because why the hell not, right? And speaking of food, the next one's a crazy hybrid between the Special A system and a student council, and that's Food Wars, the anime where eating good food results in people losing their clothes and nutting. This anime is all about a high school for people who want to be overpowered at cooking, and the top 10 students in the school are the elite of the elite, and they're the de facto student council. They're called the Elite 10 Council, and they're what every student aims to be. The council is directly under the school director in power, but they even have authority over the teachers. Hell, they can even overrule the director himself by a majority vote. Other than flaunting their OP-ness, they're also responsible for handling internal affairs and helping organize the school events. Stepping into the mystical world, and even deeper into the lewdness, we have High School DxD, whose main cast are devils. High School DxD is a prime example of came for the plot, stayed for the plot with a banger story. The main character is part of the Occult Research Club, which has a lot of behind-the-scenes influence on the school. The student council itself isn't as exciting as the previous ones in my list, except for the fact that they're actually also devils, and secretly own and run the school as well as surrounding turf. Now we get to some real royalty level shenanigans with Kill la Kill. I don't have nearly enough time to explain what the hell is going on in this fever dream of an anime, but in short, the high ranked students wear uniforms that give them superhuman powers. The uniforms have a star ranking like armor and weapons in an MMO, with a basic level uniform just being a regular school uniform. 1-star uniforms grant a bit of power and are given to students who show potential. 2-star uniforms are a big step up and are given to club presidents. Finally, and this is where the student council comes in, the 3-star uniforms are only worn by the student council's Elite 4, as well as the president of the sewing club since they make all of these magical uniforms. And let me tell you, wearing these uniforms makes their users incredibly powerful. Hey all, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to get notified for my next video. I'll catch you in the next one.